Well, I just got done watching the Chicago Bears fucking massacre the New York Football Giants. Some of you might say, well, Pizzle, what did you expect today? Huh? What did you think was going to happen today? Huh? I tell you what the fuck I was thinking. I was thinking that I was going to watch two teams who realize that everybody on the team is in the hot seat, right? Two teams that probably need to make some big changes in the offseason. Two coaches that need to show both organizations that they deserve to be the head coach. Two teams that's got backup quarterbacks playing. You know, just two teams going to fight it out in what arguably is easily the worst game of the day, right, on the whole NFL slate. And what do I fucking see? I watch the Chicago Bears give a fuck today, and the New York Giants not give a fuck. I tell you this. Imagine being so shitty at your job, okay? Maybe you work for a company. Maybe you work for yourself. I don't give a fuck. You know, maybe you just, whatever. You work, you do your job, and imagine being so damn shitty and then showing up and saying to somebody, I'm here to pick up my check. For fucking what? How does anybody on the New York Football Giants, any of them, feel good about walking into the office and picking up their check? I don't know who needs to hear this, but Mike Glennon is not an NFL quarterback. I'm not even so sure he's an XFL quarterback. Can you believe I watched every play of that game? I mean, I'm sitting here watching the game, and honestly, I'm kind of laughing my ass off. It's gotten to the point where you just fucking laugh now. But how do you what are they practicing on the offensive side of the ball Monday through Friday? What are they doing? I mean, this is why Joe Judge, in my opinion, I don't understand the big desire to keep, because what are they doing? I just watched them play god-awful football that literally the Chicago Bears had a highlight reel fucking game against the Giants. I want to say that again. A highlight reel game. Some of their best moments of the season came today against the Giants. And we're like, hell yeah, let's bring back Joe Judge. Let's keep this thing going. It's embarrassing. You know, I do feel like there are some pieces on the defensive side of the ball, and you watch it today, that I can say, like, oh, okay, we can build around these guys. But then when I look in the offensive side of the ball, I don't want any of those guys, any of them back. None of them. Like, this offensive line today was god-awful. Nate Solder, if anybody appreciates you, it's Pizzle. And I appreciate you for overcoming all the things you've overcome the last couple of years, trying to come back, trying to give effort this year. But you didn't do the Giants any favors this year or today. Will Hernandez, I had such high hopes for you. Fuck. Just like, and again, I'm not saying the defense played great today. And by the way, thank God this game was already over by halftime, that it didn't even have to be reeled in. Didn't even have to get excited about potentially watching them win today. Which, by the way, for all you draft geeks out there, it really didn't matter who would have won today. We got both draft picks. So it's like, might as well win a ball game, right? I mean, either way, it's all going to work out. But we got drilled. But there's just nobody on the offensive side that I'm just excited about. This time last year, I was still optimistic about a lot of things. I was optimistic because the Giants had just beaten the Dallas Cowboys in the last game of the year. I want to say they finished 5-3 their last 8 games. There were things that I was excited about that going into the next following year, which was this year, that I could say, yeah, we can make our run. Like, we can finally say that we might be back. And I've got the opposite feeling 12 months later here. I have the opposite feeling. I think the Giants have gotten worse. I think it's just become a disaster. I gave an excuse to Joe Judge a year ago right now because it was a COVID season, a COVID year, and I think that would probably super hard on a rookie head coach. And 12 months later, it's like they just have gotten worse. It's like the situation has become more awful. Fuck! And I'm going to say this to you guys from a personal level. I've been going 15 years strong now here on YouTube. My desire to make content is still strong. I still have a strong, it may be stronger than ever. Crazy as that sounds, it may be stronger than ever. But I have a team that is so fucking disappointing, so depressing, so pathetic. There's nothing to make content about. There's nothing to even say. There's nothing. I mean, you've got all these great games today. There's so many great games in the National Football League today. Teams are all fighting for playoff spots. Teams are fighting for relevancy. Teams are fighting for number one position. Teams are just out there fighting. I mean, you go watch the Red Zone channel. I'm sure it's back and forth action of just teams going at it. Boom, 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 boom. You watch the Giants and you just fucking watch death. It's miserable. It's awful. It's pathetic. It's trash. It's garbage. It's everything that I'm sure every opposing fan wants me to say, but I'm at my breaking point with the disaster that this has become. I'm like Thelma and Louise. I'm on the edge of the cliff. I got all the fucking wolves right behind me. I'm ready to just drive this car off a cliff. Classic movie, by the way. Just super hard times, man. Super, super hard times. And I'm not, and I say all that because I'm not optimistic about anything. I actually want to feel good about something going into the offseason. Feel good about something other than a draft pick. Some of you are so obsessed with draft positioning, like, I want to be so optimistic about something else. Oh, I'm excited to watch this guy play next year. I'm excited to see these guys play together. I'm not excited about watching anything in 2022 right now.